Hey, I'm Todd. Thanks for watching my video and do all that good YouTube stuff. Share it, like it, hit the notification bell, thumbs up, subscribe, all the things that you do. Thanks for taking the time to watch my video and saving some money perhaps. I also invite you to check out the links in the description for some long-term savings with the stock market and checking out the links for either E-Trade or M1 where you can save and trade fractional stocks, or Webull, which is usually giving away a couple free stocks for just depositing $100. So I strongly invite you to invest in your future and check them out. Thanks, and let's get to the video. 2012 Jeep Grand Cherokee doing the driver's side. Temperature control motor. Plastic piece that always breaks. We'll get a new one of these. Motor works fine. Here's what I took out. I've seen people fighting with this. With a little effort, this actually can come out. You do need to separate it. It will separate. It's mostly a snap apart and snap back together. Clicky, clicky, clicky. So you can pull it apart and then it'll come out in two pieces. And once you've taken it apart and taken it out in two pieces, one piece you do have to work at it a little bit. I think it goes in like this. So I think this piece is a little tougher to get out, but it does come out. So as you see, because I have it out. So just a little wrangling, and then you can put this piece back up here first. I think it's that one. You put the other piece in, then you can snap them together. You see there's a little tang. Probably that'll fit here on the other piece that's still in the car. Kind of same with that one perhaps. But you can see it does come out with a little work. Just have to separate it first. That piece. Got a little push pin. Phillips with a push pin in this tab here. That and that. Kind of like that. So that's similar up above for these. There's probably a tang up there too. I took these out. Friction fit panel on the driver's side. 8mm bolts holding these up. This will make it easier. Just get it out of the way. There's only 2 bolts holding it up under the dash. Side panel. See what you're dealing with on the back side here. This panel looks like 1, 2, 3, 4 7mm pins. And you can take the wire out of here. Right there, it just slides in and out. You do have to lift it up, and then pull the wire with some, maybe a needle nose or something. Give yourself some slack, and it'll slide out of here. Friction fit. This might not have to come out, but you should have to unplug it probably, if you're going to make it easier for yourself. There's the back side. Friction fit snaps. There's a screw here. Let's go in the car quick. Jeep. This piece has been staying in here, but I've been able to work around it. See 2 friction fit here, tabs. And then up here, there's a screw right there. Maybe I don't have to take anything on the other side. Let's see here. I don't see anything on this side. Just 2 more friction fit deals to snap into it. Yeah, I don't think. Nothing else on that side. And that bracket is going to mount here, but I took it out. Just gives you so much more access. Got this one cable with a bungee cord out of the way. Fits in that hole. I just friction fit pin, I pulled it out. There's a connector for the motor. That is the summary. Oh yeah, then I also had to push the tabs. Squeeze the two tabs. Squeeze those down, it'll pull out of the hole. I think that's about everything. Here's my new piece with all the teeth on the side, so I'm gonna put this baby on. You can see there's a fatter notch right there. Right there, there's a fatter notch. So just line up the fat notch right there. And then we'll mount our motor, which also has a specific notch that only goes on one way. So we'll just line those up and push it on, then we can just rotate this to get the bolt holes to line up. So my motor would not line up, so I held it so it was close to where my bolt holes are. There's also a guide pin up top here. I just held it out here outside of the gear. And I turned the key on so that it would activate, and then the motor started spinning. And once it engaged, I pushed it on so the bolt holes lined up and my guide pin for the motor. And then it went through its cycle, and then it stopped. So that's how I installed my motor. I turn the key off and I'll put my two screws in. And again, having that bracket just makes it easier to see everything and easier to work with your hands. Also, of course, with that vent out of the way, makes it pretty easy to get to the screws. And I was able to use a nice, simple bit setup. This is got my T20 bit. Got my adapter and my 1/4" ratchet, so I didn't need to buy any special tools really. I mean, you might consider these special tools, but semi-common to buy a bit set with some kind of adapter. So with the black ducting out of the way, I made it pretty nice for you without having to go buy any real special tools that I would say, or do any grinding of old tools. All right, got that in, got that snapped in. Hope it's focusing. This is a plastic screw. Goes on the side there. Ooh. We got this plate with 4 8mm bolts holding it in place. Then we can install this. This corner is a little tricky underneath the ignition switch. I did get it done, and there's a screw that goes in from the seat side, goes through there. That's on the bracket that I installed up there that I'd taken out. Just two 8mm bolts, take that out and put it back in. So then we got screw hole over here and one screw hole over there for this on each side. Alright, so the screw back, there's a 7mm screw back here that goes to the metal bracket that I took off. It has a two 10mm bolts. So put the bracket up, get the metal plate on there, and you can get in here. So that screw right there goes into my metal bracket on the right. So it needs to be installed first. Then we can install this next. And then we can put our one screw on this side here, 7mm. It's a little tricky, but it can be done. Usually get the turn signal down. And we're twisting this one way or the other to get our ratchet to get in there. So screw first on that side, and then we'll mount this, and then the other screw on the other side. And if you go the long route, this is just a friction fit as well. You can just pull this right up and out. Just friction fit. Guide hole. Guide pin. Then you can put this in here. This thing is just a friction fit. This pulls off as needed. Get this installed. I don't really see a place for that pin to go. Oh, right here. Right there. All right. I think that's about everything. I think I'm going to stop here. Two friction fit pins. If you choose to go this route, there's the pins for that. I had a brake controller in the way. A little bit of a pain. Put this in place. I hope the beginning was hopefully the most helpful for you, that duct work, and you decide if you want to do the duct work like I did or not. Good luck to you.